Hello, this is Olga Jevtich. I'm a fashion designer, Miss Virginia Senior America 2003, and this is Fashion Notes. Since it is still warm outside, let me tell you about Italian fashion while we can still use it now. Armani was showing fluid blouses and trousers also in ultra soft fabrics paired with feminine jackets in shades of beige and pink. Fedora hats still silk shawls and some flat footwear. His elegant evening wear was flowing beautifully around the body with lots of silk and most of them backless and held together by delicate patent leather straps. Dolce & Gabbana presented in Milan fall collection with lots of animal print catwalk, miniskirts and silk gowns. It seems it was for the younger set. They also had a black tuxedo suit with pencil pants and stiff white shirt with very high gilded heels. Valentino, he did design his entire collection in white, ecru and cream. Even his men's collection was in white. We will see if any of the stores are going to carry it. And he is always immaculate cutter, making most graceful dresses. Karl Lagerfeld is showing feathered light gowns to make attractive to the younger generation of clients. Silk metallic gowns in pink, gold, and silvery gray. He always had tweed suits, his signature. The collection was ageless and beautiful. Hair accessories are not for little girls anymore. They are attractive and easy to wear. Just whip this accessory in and out for a big new hair change. Invest in a few hairpins, clips, and decorative sticks. You can twist hair up and put it up and down in about 30 seconds. Spray gel or hairspray to preserve the style. Lips, use some gloss. They come in many different shades. More fashion news are coming in our next shows, so make sure to tune in. Let's go shopping. Happy shopping. Now I have a privilege and very happy to welcome at our show my guest, Jane Anthony. She's sitting next to me and she is absolutely fantastic weaver. She brought with her many pieces that she does, like placements and vest and also some wall hanging. So she is a multi-talented lady and she is going to tell us all about her work. Thank you very much for coming, Jane. It was nice to see you. I met Jane at one of the craft shows she was attending because, you know, this is how they show their craft. And I thought her work is absolutely exceptional. So I'm so happy that she accepted to come today and to share her beautiful creation with you viewers. As I always say, you can find so many talented people in Washington area and they do different things. Like Jane is weaving the chic. How did you start weaving all this?
Oh,
this is most unusual. People don't use hands anymore.
No, no, the Industrial Revolution has replaced me. I began in the 70s. I have a background in art history. I got a degree at Barnard in art history with a minor in math and physics, and I took a weaving class. And
and then you were hooked.
I was hooked because it combines, it's the earliest computer, and it combines design, fiber, color, pattern, and the combinations are the things that I love to play with. And
what is your favorite color?
I have none. I love all of them.
I
thought I would stay with
like
neutrals.
Your children,
it's like
you just cannot
I play
say.
with one and then I play with another, and if you use a background like I'm wearing black right now, I could put on any one of those vests
and
it would work
beautifully. Absolutely. And this is, you know, what kind of fiber do you
I use natural fibers. This is cotton. Sometimes it has other fibers in it, sometimes wool. I always wash everything before
It's
I finish.
oh.
So everything is hand washable. And actually, if you have a woven good, you're better off washing it than sending it to the dry cleaner because it flattens
it shrinks, is it?
So,
and
yes.
you don't put it in the dryer,
Nope.
of course.
Don't put it in the dryer.
But you have to put them probably on the cycle, special cycle.
No, I hand wash it. And then
wash it.
And then I just block it out and put it on a towel
so it
on
will
my
not,
rug and
not
leave it alone.
lose the shape, of
Right.
course.
Right.
I see. As you can see, those are shawls, are they?
These are scarves. A little warm for it today, but they make excellent use on, you know, whether you're going to put around. This has chenille in it, and a little. You were talking about metallic.
Metallics.
I love to put little pieces of the unexpected in things.
Absolutely, metallics.
And this next one is the red. We're in Washington, so it's the red skin colors.
Oh, but, yes, yes, that's
that way
right.
you can be artistic and have the red skin colors in
Is this your, like, a signature?
That's my signature, the JK, the Jane Kinsler Anthony, and I sign everything except the placemats and the table runners, but all my wall hangings and my
But good,
my
are they mostly one of a kind?
Yes, everything is one of a kind.
So when you get her one of the vests that you know nobody else is going to wear it, only you.
That's right.
I see. So if you buy, for example, lots of fiber and then you probably combine with others, so it will be different.
That's right. Like this is a mixture. You know, I would play. I put a long warp on. And you can see it with some of the pillows, for instance.
Yes.
These two pillows are off what's called the same warp. It's the lengthwise fiber on the loom. And I have a pattern, but they're made from the same, they look different, and they'll even have the other side being different again.
But
that way I can get the variety and have fun with it.
So everything is done on the loom?
Everything is done on the loom. And I don't know whether your camera can pick it
up,
but I will show you a picture of.
Let's try if you can see the loom.
This is
the loom.
The loom.
So she has a studio in her home, and I think she took over the whole house just with her things. I
have kind of taken over the whole house. There are a lot of wall hangings all over, and
what did you start first? Did you start with the scarves? Usually scarves are the easiest, and
I did,
just straight, you know.
I get bored, so I quickly go from one thing to another.
So do you do like 2-3 things at once?
Well, starting this January, I got a second loom, which has allowed me to move into what I call sequential. Get past sequential because I can have 2 projects going on at the same time.
I see.
I'll put a long warp on, and then I'll do the piece or the pieces that are commissioned, and then I play. I just get out different colors.
Can you, for example, weave something with you have no idea what is going to be, and is it possible to cut?
Yes,
it is, and then maybe
do something else. Yeah, a little secret of the trade is that I weave it up, and then I put a stick in, and then I take white glue, and when that dries, I can cut it, and then go to the machine and finish it, and then pull the warp forward and begin again.
Oh, this is a secret. I knew it must be
there
something.
You go.
Now I learned the secret.
For instance, when I'm doing the placemats, which are very interesting because all of these here are made out of cotton, and the thickness, I use mop yarn. Literally what mops are made out of.
So do you do it one at a time, or you just...
I make a long roll.
Oh, that's what we are just talking about.
And then I cut it, and I do maybe 10 yards at a time, shrink it in the washer and dryer on hot, and then I measure them again.
Yeah, because of course they have to be, washable, so, otherwise
and
they will shrink.
Did them all, if I cut them first, where it is placed on the loom, they would be a different size. So this way...
So she does all these, as you can see there on the display, the vest and do they come in like in a same one size fits all?
Well, they kind of range a little bit of up and down. I probably say that they go from a size 6 or so up to a size 14, and then you get into stoles when you want a bigger something. But you can wear these over jeans, a silk shirt.
Yes, absolutely.
And
very
a jacket fits over it, and it's warm. Keeps your shoulders warm.
So that's very, very nice.
It's been
Especially
very
this
useful.
is a natural fiber. and you know, it's very comfortable and soft. You know, in the winter and summer is, you know, cottonish.
Right.
In winter you use wool. Do you use mohair too?
I use mohair on some things.
In combination with something not,
yes.
not,
yeah, I
not
mix,
by itself.
I mix fibers, I mix designs. You can see.
So when do you work? At night when everybody's sleeping, or you know, when do you have the most
I
idea?
just take chunks during the day. Frequently I'll do the 10 to 2 o'clock so I can listen to NPR, and I'll have it in the background or books on tape, and I take that chunk of the day.
Oh,
so
that's a good idea. To you know, it's not too boring, you know.
Yeah.
And also, I'm sure you get idea from music too.
yes, yes, I do.
Oh,
I do.
this is interesting. But I like the pillows. You probably have them
yes,
all over the house.
I do. And each one is, you know, you can see this one has a rayon, which is very sheeny-like.
Sheeny, yeah.
And it takes a traditional pattern, but it alters it. It's larger, it's bigger. It's I just have fun with it. So
do you use a pattern, or you just improvise, you know, your
well,
own?
it's almost like a recipe where you start with a
Basic.
twill, a basics, and then
like
I
cooking,
change it.
you know,
and then I
you
change
see the
it.
recipe, you get the idea. That's how I usually
And
I
then
do.
I say, what would
and
happen
then,
with
you
another
know,
color?
and then I add this and that, and it comes something our own. It's not exactly what it is, you know, in the cookbook.
Exactly.
That's how I do it. Well, this is very interesting. Are you doing some shows?
Yes, I'm doing, I'm a member of the Northern Virginia Handcrafters Guild, and you met me at the Vienna show, which is every Thanksgiving in Vienna. And I'm doing that one. I'm doing one in Reston the weekend of November 10th, and then I do a home show as well. And people call me up and they ask me to...
Yes, of course, request, you know, they need...
These are wedding gifts. These are house, you know, they change the napkin and it matches anything.
Oh, absolutely.
And then I do table runners, and this is my way of doing Christmas. You can get green and white, red and white,
yes, and
or
combination.
The traditional green and white and red. But if you use green and white, you can use it all year round.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So
they're all, you know, but I like your shawls, you know, with the little glitter,
yes.
which, you know, get a little.
Shall I hold up a wall hanging and show you what they look at?
Yes, you can. You can.
These vary tremendously. This one is made with lots of puffs of wool yarn.
Wool yarn. I can see this is a new wool, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is roving that's in there. And this is something that you can put on the wall, and it's subtle. It's right there in the back of the room, and it adds a lot to the decor. I've done, this one is a colonial overshot. It's quite large, but I'll try and fan it out here. And you can see it's a design that looks somewhat like a butterfly. I'm trying to get it so the camera can get it.
And this cotton and wool?
This is chenille and a linen blend.
Oh.
And I've done, this one is a color gamut.
This is very colorful.
This one is, you know, all the colors in the spectrum.
Spectrum, yes, I can see.
And it really jazzes up a room. So these are the kinds of things that go in offices or small lobbies, not huge lobbies. And this one that I do quite a few of is a mathematical series, the Fibonacci series, which is, it starts moving on you, as you can see it.
Grayish and beige. It's very pretty.
Right.
And it just kind of makes some different angle. It just looks different, the pattern.
Right. And if you put this at the top of the stairs, it just kind of pulls you in and is just very dramatic without overpowering the room.
So you can do, for example, a same pattern with different colors?
Yes, I could do it with a much higher contrast or white on white, which is quite beautiful.
Yeah, on dark wall, I'm sure it will look very dramatic on the dark wall.
Exactly.
Wonderful. So what you are going to do next, what you didn't do before? I'm sure you get bored with all things and you change to something else.
What's fun is when I get a commission piece, and then it's fun to take somebody else's ideas and my own idea and please both of us, because
Absolutely, must be interesting, and you know, especially, you know, meeting new people, and you know, showing all this through the, you know, the craft show, that you meet, you know, interesting people that have, as you said, different ideas, so you can put them together.
Well, the Guild has been wonderful, because the Guild is a group of us who all do different kinds of handcrafts, and we help each other. Whether it's,
absolutely,
you know, figuring out what's the best way to light your booth or display.
Well, I would like to thank Jane Anthony very much for coming in today, but don't you go away. We have another artist. She is a jewelry designer, and she has a wonderful stuff. And of course, you know, I would like to thank you, Jane, for coming today and sharing her beautiful, beautiful things. As you can see, hand woven, and I always, you know, say, you know, not, you know, people do not use hands very much these days. Everything is done by machine, but you know, it's a pleasure to see that people are still working in such unusual things that you cannot find in your store, you know, and in your, you know, any neighborhood store. This is unique and one-of-a-kind pieces that she is designing, and we are all enjoying her craft. Thank you. As I promised you, we have another very talented lady with us today. I found her at the craft show, and as you can see, the table is full of her demonstration stuff. She's going to show us how she does. Her name is Carol Ziliakus, and she is a polymer artist, and she makes different things with the clay polymer. She's going to explain to us what it is, because it, you know, for most of us this is very unfamiliar, but she's so talented that she invented many different techniques to work with. She was featured in many, many books, and I'll try to show some of the pages that she is in, because her work is absolutely remarkable. She's the lady that got so many awards for her show, and I'm so glad that she came today to show you her work. And she's going to demonstrate, you know, as you can see, the stable, and demonstrate lots of things. Welcome, Carol, to the show. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming and bringing all these things, you know, that our viewers can see. And tell us, what is polymer?
Polymer clay is a man-made material. And so many people sneer at something made of polymer plastic.
I know. It's like a Play-Doh that children play with, isn't it? That reminds me of.
Absolutely wonderful. It's the most versatile material that I've worked with. I started out by sewing. From sewing, I went to painting. And then, when I retired from teaching, I got into polymer clay, and I've been seduced ever since 1991.
Bravo.
I'd like to share this with you. This is an article that I wrote for Bead and Button 2001. And the piece that I'm wearing put me on the map. What I did was to remember how I mixed colors when I was painting. And you would use primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, and water would allow the colors to mix and blend, and you'd soon have many different ones. With polymer clay, I used white triangles, and you keep putting them through the pasta machine.
It's just like making spaghetti.
Well, I have a funny story to tell you. I have 4 sons, and I asked one son to get me a pasta machine for Christmas, and his face just brightened. He said, "You mean you're going to make pasta?" And I said, "No, I'm making clay." Well, anyway, after going through the pasta machine many times, and every time I do it, it's a little different. These are the colors that I got. When I first started, I worked on designs very similar to this, and here is one over here. But I have continued on, and or I'm constantly experimenting. I'm the lady who wants to do it herself and change. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this over.
Colors.
I put another color on the back, and I'm going to put a little mark here that's just a little more than half. And I'm going to be making squiggly shapes.
Oh.
And I'm trying to do this as fast as I can.
Why is different than if you would cut, for example, just the straight pieces?
Because they make magic. Let me see, I have room for one more. Now I'm going to turn these over, because what I'm trying to do is to bring color and design to both sides of my clay. All of my beads are two-sided.
But you have to, after you finish, you have to put in the kiln to dry.
Not a kiln. I use my regular oven.
Regular oven, that's even better, so you don't have to have extra equipment.
And then you kind of hit it very unceremoniously to make sure that
Get all your frustration out.
Maybe I can squeeze this last one over here. Okay. Now, unfortunately, the pasta machine can make funny sounds, so you'll have to forgive me. I have this pasta machine set on its widest thickness, and I'm going to put this through.
I see now. That's an interesting thing.
And then what I'm going to do, because this side is kind of boring, I'm going to cut this one up.
Oh.
And
put on the other side?
And I'm going to put it on the, let's see, I need a little bit more than half. Okay, here I go. This time I'm just making stripes. And I'm trying to do this so quickly.
Yeah, I know, because we have so many things to show our viewers. You know,
now I'm going to turn it over, because
I'm sure it's going to be interesting.
Want both sides to be equally beautiful. And I put these back. And if you notice, I'm not making anything.
And this is, for example, what you will get when you cut and make in pieces and make beautiful, beautiful jewelry. This is one sample of what she's doing. But not just that, I'll try to show as many pieces as possible.
All right, I'm going to save you from listening to the pasta machine.
It is made
again,
pasta machine.
Because this is another one that I have done. And you can see the design is quite lovely on this side.
It is.
And also on this, on this side.
So you can, do it, wear it on both sides, because they have an interesting design.
In some instances, that's very easy to do. Oh my, oh well, when you lose your tool, you use your finger. If a part of the clay comes apart, you can seal it back together. Now, one of the things that I particularly love to do is to make my own stamps. As I said before, I'm a lady who really likes to do my own things. I don't know if you can get a close-up of this. I cut my clay in the shape of a bead, and then using this marvelous tool, which is called a lace tool, with a blunt tip, I draw very, very simple designs. But so that it doesn't stick, I'm going to spray my clay.
With regular water?
Oh, just regular water, yes. And I think I'm going to start over here.
I would like to show, while you are working, I would like to show these beautiful, beautiful necklaces. Can you see this? Necklaces, they are all in gold, and most interesting thing, her clasp. They are really very luxurious clasp. It is not just pretty in the front, and it's a beautiful on the back.
Thank you. I call that faux brocade, and this is what I use to get the design on it.
This is like green, and gold, and this is interesting necklaces that come in different colors. That one is absolutely magnificent. Can you see this necklaces? And it also has a magnificent clasp on the back. And this is really, really fantastic. Of course, she dry in her oven. And do you do, after you finish drying, do you paint over it?
I don't paint over it.
So
Sometimes
this
I
is
polish
enough,
it.
This is enough
But
to...
luckily, I have a piece of absorbent paper. I'm going to mop up all the wet that's over here. And I'm not sure that you can see the design that I've made, a raised design, because these have all been etched into the clay. And oh my, Carol, how did you do it? I forgot to put out my mica powder. You can see the mica powder on here.
I see.
While
you're working, I would like to show our viewers this book that she is in. This is her actually wall hanging made from polymer. And it was wonderful, Carol, that you came today to show us, you have so much to, we have to learn, but unfortunately we are out of time. And I hope you come some other time so you can, show more of your creation and beautiful things that she's working. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching today. This is Olga Jevtich reporting for Fashion Notes. Please tune in next time for more exciting artists and craftsmen from our area. Thank you, Carol. This is you're absolutely true artist, and she was featured in many, many books and magazines, and she also teaches. And thank you very much for watching today and enjoying her beautiful creation, beautiful jewelry. Thank you. Bye-bye.